Hi everyone, welcome to Engineer by Design, where today we're going to take a look at making a coaster with a interlocking hexagonal pattern. And I was kind of perusing around the interwebs, and I found this. I guess a lot of websites or a lot of designs call it a NASA chainmail design. And if you actually look at it, it's a lot of these interlocking hexagonal patterns, and it interlocks with this 3D design down here. And it's actually not as complicated as it looks, although it can be kind of complicated to 3D model. It could be something that we visit down the road, but it is not going to be something that we're going to visit today. If you guys want a video on how to design something similar to this, please let me know and I would be happy to make it. But for right now, we're just going to design an interlocking hexagonal pattern that is a lot more simple than the other than that interlocking pattern than this pattern here. There are lots of different ways to make it, and plus, honestly, even if you want, see this coaster here, this is the exact thing that I am making, and you could just download it for free. But here I'm just going to show you a little bit more of a simple way of how to design it yourself, and I think it'll give you a really good idea of how interlocking patterns work. So we're going to jump into our 3D modeling software, which is Fusion 360, and we're just going to start out. We're just going to start it off. So we're going to hit Create Sketch, and we're going to do the XY plane. We're going to go to the Create tab, Polygon, and we're going to do either circumscribed or inscribed. We're not going to do the edge polygon. In this case, I'll go circumscribed and pull it up. Make sure it has 6 sides. And I always make this edge horizontal slash vertical. In our case, it's going to be horizontal. Next, what we're going to do is sketch dimension. We're going to go from here to here, and it's just going to be 0.375 or 1/8 of an inch. Hit finish sketch, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hit extrude, and we're going to extrude this. I'm going to make it symmetric, and I'm going to do whole length, and it's just going to be, let's maybe do 0.25, should be good, right? So now what we're going to do is we actually have to create the interlocking pattern. And that's fairly simple, but like I said, it's not going to be as complicated as the other one. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a sketch right here. Going to zoom in, and we're going to create a line, construction, and we're just going to put it at an angle. Doesn't matter right now because we're going to set the angle in a second. We're going to make sure it goes midpoint of this line goes onto the origin. And now we're going to set the angle. So from here to here, we're going to make it go 45 degrees. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make this whole line, let's go 0.2. Whoa, not 2, not 2. We're going to go 0.2. Yeah, I think that looks good. Then we're going to create 2 circles, which are going to be our locks, and we're going to make them 0.05 inches. Okay. And instead of saying I want this to be 0.05, we're just going to make these two equal. All right. And that's all we're going to do on that. We're going to hit finish sketch. Now we want a chain link going from here out and into this one, and it's going to be going like this almost. Not even almost. That's exactly what it's going to do. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make a plane. We're going to construct a plane at an angle, and we're going to hit this line, and now we can determine what angle we want this line at. As you can see, it is completely collinear, I guess you could say, or coplanar to this face, and we don't want that. So what we want, so what we want is we want to actually spin it so that it is 90 degrees to it. So we're just going to spin this 90 degrees and hit OK. Then we're going to do a construction, or not a construction, we're going to do a sketch on this. So we're going to select this plane that we just created, hit create sketch. And what we're going to do is we're going to create and we're going to project these 2 points. Hit OK. All right. Now we're going to do center diameter circle, and we're going to do a 2-point circle. And the 2 points are going to be exactly the 2 points that we just selected, essentially. Okay. So now what we're going to do, and at this point, it might be okay to actually bring it out a little bit. And I think actually that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to hit finish sketch, get back into here, and we're going to pull this out, and we are going to maybe just do 0.01. Only because depending on the thickness of the circle and how they're going to interlock. We might want this sitting out a little bit just so everything fits together. And also when you 3D print, if the objects are too close to one another, they will actually meld into one on the 3D printer and it won't be as flexible. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and I guess we didn't really technically need the second circle, but it's just good to have as a visual aid. We're going to hit create, sweep, and we're going to hit one of these two circles, doesn't matter which one, and we're going to make the path be this, I guess, torus that we're making right now, this donut that we're making. And it wants to cut it. What we're actually doing is we're going to hit new body. We are not going to hit join. So we're going to hit new body, and there we go. Now we want this pattern to be all around the hexagon. So what we're going to do, hit create, we're going to go down to pattern, and we're going to hit circular pattern. And the object type, you can either do bodies or features. Since we have this as a body, we're going to hit body 2, or you can just, so you can either hit body 2, or you can just select this body. Then we're going to hit axis, and we're going to hit this blue line, which is going to be the z-axis, and we're going to make it copy itself 6 times, right? And there we go. Now what we can do is we can actually combine it. So I'm going to select this as my target body, and then select the rest of them as my tool body, and now it's all one feature, essentially. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go top, and we're going to move this. So we're going to hit move copy. We're going to make sure that we're going off the center. Not any like crazy reason, but it's just easier to do the math this way. We're going to take this and move it down. And now as you can see going in, hit OK, you can see that these are actually interlocking really well with a lot of space. So what we can do now is we can actually select this second one, and we're going to delete this 0.01. And we're just going to make this and this coincident. So now it's just perfectly in line. We'll hit finish sketch. And now we're going to try to do it all over again. We're not going to try it. We're going to succeed. We'll hit move copy. Again, off the center. We're going to hit create copy. Otherwise, it's just going to start moving itself. So we're going to hit create copy. And we're just going to drag it down. Okay, so it's between minus 0.9 and minus 0.8. So we're going to go minus 0.85. Okay. Something is going on. Minus 0.9, minus 0.85. Oh, okay, so we'll go minus 0.88. Let's try that out. There we go. So we're going to hit OK. And there we go. Like I said, you don't want to make it too close, only because if you do, it's going to start melding into one body in the 3D printer. So it's actually a little close on this side, so I'm going to hit Control Z, get rid of it, move copy, and create copy. And we're going to move it down, but we'll go minus 0.8, I think I said 88. So we're going to go minus 0.885, and I think that should be a lot better. 5,000ths difference, not going to make a huge difference. But anyway, so now we're going to do again, same thing. We're going to hit create, and we're going to hit pattern, circular pattern, and we can actually select bodies. So we're going to select this axis. We're going to move a little bit off the top, and we're going to hit the z-axis again, and see it's already populating these 6 features. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're basically going to do this all over again. Excuse me. So we're going to hit move copy. We're going to move this, and we're going to move this one here, or this one, but we're going to move these two, and we're going to hit create copy. We're going to move it down, and again, it's going to be minus 0.885, which is the number that I had previously. Hit OK. And then again, we're going to hit create, pattern, circular pattern, these 2 bodies, and for the axis, we're going to hit z-axis again, and again, it's going to populate everything. So at this point, what I like to do is I want to check the distance from here to here. Should be about 0.375. It is 4.92. So what I am actually going to do is I'm going to shrink it, because I find that the best coaster size is about 3.25, or not 3.25, 3.625, although this can easily work. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to hit create sketch. We're going to sketch on this plane. Ooh, excuse me. I'm trying to hit Control Z. We're going to hit create sketch and sketch on this plane here. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of these outside chains. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to project all these axes, right? And I'm essentially going to use these axes to cut all the chain links off. Excuse me. It does take a while. There might be a faster way of doing this, um, like a way faster way, but for right now, with what we're doing, I don't mind taking a little bit of extra time to do this. Okay, so now that all those are selected, we need to connect them, and we're pretty much just connecting them with lines. Again, if there's a faster way of doing it, you are more than welcome to follow this tutorial up to here and then do it the way that you want to do it. This is just kind of the way that I find success with, and I'm happy enough with that. Then we're going to hit center diameter circle, go off the center diameter, and just go out until everything is kind of enveloped in the circle. I'll hit finish sketch, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hit extrude. We're going to make sure basically this outside is selected, hit symmetric, and just kind of pull this up until those outside chain links are cut. And that's it. You're done. Again, it's not the more complicated version that was shown earlier in the video, but I think this is still a very simple version and it gives you a really good appreciation for chain links. I said I would shrink this, although this does work exactly at this size. If you want to shrink this, you can just hit modify, go to scale. For entities, you're just going to select everything. And then for point, since it automatically selects one, we're going to exit out. And then I'm going to make the origin visible, and I'm just going to do it off the origin. And then if you want it to be exactly 3.625, so it was 4.25, and then divide by 3.625, I believe. Hold on, that might be wrong. I might have that backwards. Let me just double check real quick. If I have that backwards. So inspect from here to here. Okay, yeah, I had it backwards. So it's 3.625 divided by 4.25. And that should be good. So now it should read exactly 3.625. 3.695. That's fairly close. I think what I probably had is not exactly 4.25. I had 4.29. Okay. So we'll go to modify, scale, select everything. Instead of this point, we're going to hit the origin, and then it's going to be a scale. Oh, one thing to do non-uniform, because I do not want to shrink the z-axis. So we're going to go 3.625 divided by 4.29. And then again, on the y-axis, 3.625 divided by 4.29. Hit enter, get rid of the origin, and then there it is, 3.625 exactly. So yeah, that is exactly how we would make a very simple interlocking coaster. If you want to see the more complicated version as seen in the beginning of this video, please leave me a comment down please leave me a comment down below. I will make sure to look at it, take it into account, and then we can probably design the more complicated version that we saw at the beginning of this video. So yeah, if you like the video, please do like, subscribe. In the link in the description, I will have a link to my Etsy. You can show me support there if you would like, but if not, just liking and subscribing, leaving me a comment is good enough with me, and plus it's completely free. So yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you learned something from this, and we'll keep learning and growing together. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.